How Long Gone, Sunday morning, coming to you not live from Glendale. Chris is in snowy New York. That's not very P, is it?
It's not snowing, first of all, but yesterday was that kind of cold that even though I was wearing my Noah beanie pulled over my ear tops and my District Vision shades to block the wind, my face was still in pain.
So even with your District Vision sunglasses, it was still cold?
Unfortunately, yes. I thought I was going for like a 70s après look. But I was only going to meet Amar Deep at the recently reopened Pain Quotidien. So
you had your après ski look
to hit LPQ,
but it was with a Noah beanie. So it was après Amor de Leon.
No.
What your vibe was?
No,
you had to.
No,
instead of hitting the black diamment slopes, you were
hitting
about
LPQ.
to hit an ice matcha.
I hit a. So I don't know if you're familiar with the LPQ franchise, but it's been Amar Deep and I's kind of go-to Saturday spot for years because it's just,
that's your Cheers. I went there once with you guys and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Well, it's just a normal place that's not like 40 white girls waiting in line smelling like Coach perfume to get some.
No, it's 40 white moms waiting in line.
No, that's the thing.
Perfume.
It's the most diverse crowd in New York City. That's the beauty of it. Because
I'm not talking about the people that work there. I'm talking about customers, Chris.
I am too, and I'm also talking about they also have a bathroom that I think people know they can use. So I think that helps with diversity.
Okay,
because it just kind of brings in people off the street. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta say, I didn't have in my 2020 bingo card for you to be kind of a favor of places that do unhoused toilet access.
No. I wasn't saying unhoused. I just mean people that know, like the people that walk around
street,
and they're like.
So when you say street people, you mean just people that walk around on the street?
I didn't. No, see, that's the thing. I didn't say street people. I said people off the street. Stop putting words into my mouth.
This feels like semantics. I mean, potato.
Do you even listen to me? Do you even listen to me when I talk? But I was able to get their delicious breakfast bowl, and chop it up with my man. He went on a crazy trip to Aspen that I got to hear about.
Oh, that's great. So wait, back to the breakfast bowl. So this is like 2 eggs, bacon, hash brown, pancake.
No,
it's the vibe
kale, farro, sweet potatoes, a few other things, and then I get 2 eggs. I need the protein.
Yeah. So that's a damn Suen bowl they got over at Le Pan.
It's honestly, I'm not kidding. It's pretty good. I mean, part of the reason we go there, I mean, Amar Deep is healthier now, but when we started doing this motherfucker would get waffles.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So that's why he liked it, because they are known for their bakery goods. That's kind of, they're traditionally a bakery. You can even take bread baking classes there. Obviously COVID's put kind of a stop to that, but traditionally you could take a bread baking class there. Mm-hmm. If you're in a relationship where you hate each other.
I've been taking my Le Pain Quotidien baking classes online and it's been awesome.
That's cool that they kind of moved it to Zoom. That's cool that they did that. I'm glad they were able to pivot.
Best $30 I ever spent.
That's great, man. That's so great. But yeah, so I mean, bro, it was cold as a motherfucker. It's much better today. It's not really walking around weather, but I'm forcing myself to do that because obviously it's a limited engagement and I need to tap in with the streets.
Yeah, I mean, nothing more depressing when you fly across the country to NYC, the greatest city in New York, and and you are snowbound. You are forced indoors.
It's not snowing. It's fine.
Okay, sorry, you're cold bound.
It's cold, but you just have to,
like you just said earlier, colder than a witch's titty.
Yeah, it's cold.
Your words, not mine. And it's like it just makes me feel like when you live there, like I just moved to Bushwick and I'm just trying to make it, and I gotta ask table if I can have a bump of ketamine type shit, and I'm spending $498 on rent every month. Like when you're like, okay, I gotta go to work at my job where I don't do it, where I'm a fashion intern or something, and you're just sludging in the cold, you're taking the bus, you're taking the subway, someone's pushing you onto the tracks. You're just like, ugh.
Jason, first of all, no one who's a fashion intern isn't rich. Just so you know. No one's taking the bus, trust me.
Yo, Bay used to take the bus.
Do we call that false flagging? Or maybe we call that stolen valor?
Yo, from my New York is rats and roaches, you know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised you haven't used the word brick yet to describe the cold. Because you're such a New York guy. You know what I mean? Also, before we go any further, I need to clear something up because I've been hearing a little bit of feedback that people thought I actually got punched by Kanye West. And I want to say to everyone but my mom who asked me, you're an idiot. My mom, I think, gets a pass on this one because I was, but it makes me think, Jason, that maybe I do have a career in acting.
Yeah, I think, much to your chagrin, your improvisational skills are your groundlings material, your UCB material. What do you think? Your worst nightmare cometh true.
I would never take any sort of class like that because I don't want to be around those dorks.
No, I mean, after your performance, you're teaching it, not taking it.
Oh, I understand. Okay, so I could just go ahead and...
Kaminsky method looking boy.
I'm going to have... I love my favorite show. I'm going to have our agents put me forward for some acting roles and just see what I can do. But if anybody listening, is in the Hollywood space,
Hollywood space,
just think of me. Just think of me.
What I can do from my end, kind of from the post-production team, I will take that that monologue that you prepared on the last episode.
I just want to be clear, that wasn't prepared. That was off dome.
Could have fooled me.
I know.
You are that good. I mean, you are like you are a killer, bro.
The Chris Black method is coming soon to Masterclass. I didn't really want to drop it here, but I guess
I'll get the editing team to pull that monologue, and then I'll just I don't know. I'll have like a looping photo, like headshot reel of all your 8x10s.
Good.
And then, that way we can kind of have some assets for our team to kind of go out and kind of shop this thing around.
I appreciate that. But yeah, for anybody wondering, I did not get punched in the face by Kanye West. But if I did, I would be suing him.
Damn, I forgot. I was actually going to try to do the bit as well. When you were going to be like, what's up with you in Glendale, TJ? And you're like... craziest fucking night of my life. And then I just go into the, a 20-minute spiel that ends with me also getting punched in the face by Kanye West while he's on heroin and having withdrawals.
What if Pete Davidson duffed him out? That would be the coolest twist possible in this whole saga.
So, like, Kanye is so consumed by his opium epidemic that he is no longer swole enough to defend himself, and then a frail Staten Island Pete Davidson whoop his little ass. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think. Well, I think both.
Or when you say duff him out, do you mean murder?
No, I think both of them are pussies.
Murder most foul.
I'm gonna say that Kanye West and Pete Davidson both have never been in a fight. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna put that out there right now. So I think it would be kind of like it'd be like one of those fights where the guys are standing far away from each other and swinging wildly, but nothing's really happening, and their butts kind of sticking out. You know what I mean?
Like an American Nightmare concert,
like a Bad Baby concert, and I think that's probably.
She's actually better live than you think.
She can really spit. She's got great breath control.
The albums I'm not a huge fan, but live is like wow, like I get it now.
I think if Kanye West and Pete, I think it should be like a hockey match. Like I think the security guards should let them fight until they hit the ground. And
instead of the referees, the boys in blue was just like. They're 6'9", 400-pound security guards who are from somewhere in Samoa. Or like, just let them get it out. Just let them kind of do it.
Just let them get it out. Like, like these guys don't need to. They need to fight each other. That's the only. Like this thing is getting Kanye West. I'm telling you right now, is going to end up in jail or dead in the next year. Oof. If he continues, he is because it's like he's doing selfie videos talking about his kids. He's going on like trashy like. Blog. He did an interview with like this no name, basically like hip hop blog. Like you can't do that. So he's doing shit he shouldn't be doing. He's clearly off the rails. This Julia Fox thing with Interview Magazine is now a series. It's an ongoing series where called Fox News, which is funny. Where she is just updating Mel on like her relationship with Kanye West and just happens to have 15 professional photos ready to go of whatever their last interaction was. It's just not going to end well. This is very bad. And I have to say, I never feel this way, but I'm feeling, I think Kim is in over. I think Kim's like, God damn it, this fucking asshole. Like she really fucked up. Like Kim is basically beloved.
He fucked up the legacy.
He's fucking up the legacy a little bit because he's the father of those kids. You can't just get rid of him.
She's trying.
But it's just all bad, and I think it's going to end badly, and I want them to fight once and just get it out. It's like two brothers.
Just get it out.
It's like two brothers.
Yeah, I think they go until one of them gets like a bloody nose or something, and then they stop so they can like take the photos.
Of course. Yeah.
Because like Pete's gonna look so hot with a bloody nose.
Well, don't worry. Kanye's got 2 guys on staff there shooting everything in VHS, so it's fine. There's not gonna be a lack of content. We can turn that around. We can turn that around pretty quick in Calabasas. We have a lot of editing bays, so it's no problem to get the footage. But yeah, I want them to fight, and I don't think it's gonna happen. But that's kind of my dream.
Like, what do you? Yeah, I finally got hired at Yeezy. You know, I sent in my resume after I went to graduate school and MIT top on top. What are you doing over there? Well, I got a Sony Handycam and I have to go to Nobu and film him just like talking to a valet guy. I get paid $300,000 a year.
Yeah, like I get to fuck a Kardashian cousin once a week, and I get to film him interacting like the monster that he is. But apparently, there's a new song with rapper The Game, who I know we're big fans of. Since
I've heard it.
You're okay. I didn't hear it purposely because I don't want to pollute my brain. How bad is it?
Pretty bad. I mean, leave it to a 2022 Kanye song to make The Game sound kind of cool.
Because I think The Game is actually cool.
The Game is cool.
I think I think because he's a real killer.
Yeah.
And he also had like big hits. You know what I mean? That's my perfect combo.
And he's also one of the last kind of rappers who's an actual kind of naughty boy.
Yeah.
Like I don't believe that any of these people are real naughty boys. Other than Nardo Wick or something,
You're saying to me that Corday didn't kill. You're saying Corday didn't kill anyone?
No. Every rapper just looks like one of the people on season 2 of Netflix's Cheers. That's just like.
Are you saying that Corday is Jerry? Don't do that. Don't do him like that, bro.
Corday touching them kids though.
Don't do that to Corday. Corday is one of those guys. First of all, no one's ever heard his music. Mm-mm. The only reason we know who he is because he's dating Naomi Osaka.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But I'm like, people like, I saw a video probably for my dog Academics come on the pod.
Fuck you.
Who was like, oh, I didn't know Corday could sing, and then it's got him sing. I'm like, bro, this guy, no one's heard this guy's music. Like no one, but of course he's going to sell, he'll sell 1 million out. Like he's huge.
I don't think he's huge.
No, watch. Where did Corday come from? Like, is he part of a crew? Is he?
He
like,
was in one of those crews where it was like you had some initials in front of your name.
Oh, he was YBN Corday, and then he dropped the YBN.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Nike told him he's not allowed to be YBN anymore after Naomi.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably that's better for him, and he doesn't even realize
that was a decision he had to make, and he's happy with his choice.
We'll leave Corday alone, and so the Game song with Kanye West. You were bumping it in the Tesla.
That's fine.
You're bumping it in the Tesla. Who do you think produced it? Do you have a producer tag? You can.
I know it has some cuts from Primo, your guy.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. Real hip hop shit, baby. If Primo doesn't cut on it, Jason, does it even count? Does it even count?
I didn't even know he was still alive. I always get because one of the guys is dead. The artwork is pretty cool. It's like it appears to be like a small animal.
It appears to
monkey.
be.
But it looks like an Arca album, but it's a small animal that has been skinned alive. So you're looking at the bloody flesh of a small animal.
I heard about that because Pete is very upset.
Yeah, Pete's not happy about that.
No, Peta.
Oh, Peta Davidson is not happy about that.
No. PETA, the animal rights organization, not the delicious Middle Eastern bread. It's the.
Yo,
it's
when you get a fresh pita out of the fucking clay oven, that tandoor, ooh.
But I think that cover, as disturbing as it sounds, I think that may be a not even a sub. I think that's a direct shot at Peter Davidson.
Okay, so Kanye is saying, Pete Davidson, you're nothing but a small animal skinned
No.
I'm about to kill you like this?
Exactly. I'm about to skin your ass. Exactly.
Because he said, God saved me from that crash just so I could beat Pete Davidson's ass.
That's bars right there, Jason. Damn.
I don't know if that's bars. I don't know.
No, he had to pull out the rhyming dictionary for that one. That's good. That's good shit right there.
He can't reference his car crash. That was like fucking.
That's all he
did.
I mean, bro, that's his claim to fame, bro. Through the Wire. You don't remember when he rapped Through the Wire?
I remember that back in high school when he was doing Through the Wire. I'm saying
when he made a good song.
He needs to get in another car crash, or else this reference is a little old. But I'm also not one to trauma shame. I'm sure going through that experience,
that's tough.
Which changed his life, ignited his hip hop career for the better. Mm-hmm. After he made a deal with the devil, he probably had to fuck Madonna or whatever, and then he got his record deal. Get in a new crash, Kanye.
The only interesting thing that could happen is for them to fight. Music doesn't matter. Saturday Night Live doesn't matter. They had bleachers on last night, for God's sakes. There's no light at the end of the tunnel for this guy unless he beats Pete Davidson's ass. That's the only way he can redeem himself, and I don't think he can do it.
We got to get like Jake Paul's people over here so we can really get this going, because that would be the event of the world, right?
That would be the event of the season. And speaking of Jake Paul, Jason, last night, because it was so cold, I was bundled up on the couch and flipping through the cursed Netflix application, and I made a decision that I wanted to avoid and I'm embarrassed by, but I think this podcast is a place for me to discuss this openly with you.
You finally watched Great British Bake Off?
No, I watched 6 episodes in a row of the Hype House reality show.
What is that?
Exactly. It's a hype house in Moore Park, California, which I don't know where that is. And
I know what a hype house is. I didn't know that there was a show. Luckily, my algorithm on the failing Netflix app knows better than to recommend that to me. But for you, a person who watches Chrisley Knows Best, we're ripe for this type of brain dead content.
Well, I don't know. I really
do not come from Moore Park. It's a fine community on the rise. It's one of TJ's picks for 2023 real estate market.
I mean, it's a huge. I mean, they live in this house, and basically
look at the way you backpedal.
The best part about the whole thing is that all these people live in this house, and the way they pay the rent is with Bang energy drink content. They're like, bro, you got to record a video. We have to do 8 Bang videos a month to pay for the house. So it's like 10 people or 12 people live in this giant house in Moore Park, and there's this one guy who's kind of like the leader. But the real crux of the program is that friend of the show, Lil Huddy, aka Chase Hudson, his career is taking off. He's moved out to a different house in Encino,
another real estate hotspot.
There's a little bit of beef, but these people are. It's crazy because this reality show is literally these multi-millionaire teenagers wearing sweats and like eating junk food. Like nothing, like literally nothing happens.
That's right.
And then they film these things, and some work and some don't. But these guys, they're so rich.
How do they maintain such sick bods, though? Are they working out? Are they getting after it?
Well, it's funny. One of the guys and his chick are fat as hell now, and they used to not be.
Drinking all that Bang.
Exactly. There's a beautiful outdoor gym. Beautiful outdoor gym at the house in Moore Park.
How many episodes do we get a shirtless backflip?
Every single episode, of course. I mean, that's the number one. Yeah, there's one guy who's really hot. I think his name is Vinny, and he's bummed.
You think
he's bummed because he's like, bro, I contain multitudes. Like, I'll do the TikTok videos with my shirt off, but I just want a game. I just want to stream because he makes all this money streaming on.
This is a crossroads that every man has to make in his life.
Exactly.
This is a decision that my grandfather made and his before him.
It's like, what do I do? A shirtless lip syncing video, or do I stream a war game for 5 hours?
Of course, we all just want to stream all day.
Exactly. But
that doesn't always pay the bills.
No. So, but anyway, it's an incredible show, and they all kind of hate each other. And there, of course, there's like a trans, Nikita is her name, who is like
Nikita,
older and like kind of the shit. Like she'll just straight up ask the questions like, Lil Huddy, why you not hanging out anymore? You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit.
Okay, she's that bitch.
Exactly. And Lil Huddy is just kind of like, I think we listened to he has a song that's with the guy from All American Rejects and Travis Barker, and it just sounds like All American Rejects. It's very good. So he got a record deal, Interscope. He was dating one of the D'Amelio girls that are really famous. I've just learned so much about.
So
this
he's
guy.
like, yo, I'm out here. I'll be in Encino, broke boys.
Yeah, he said, oh, that's cute, Moore Park. I'm heading to Encino, another suburb. So they all live in the suburbs and eat and like they're the kind of people that have really annoying orders at Starbucks. That's the vibe of all of them.
Okay.
That's the vibe of all of them. They're ordering milkshakes at Starbucks.
They've never had coffee in their entire life. It's part of their Bang contract that they can only order like
exactly.
hibiscus, lemonade, unicorn, quad pumpers
with with whipped cream. Yeah. It was a really low moment, but also like I'm glad I finally know. Like I was obviously understood this to some extent, but this show really opened my eyes to how this stuff really works, and it's even more boring and brain dead than I thought.
Is there going to be an end? Is there going to be a moment where the human population no longer cares to consume this reality content. Like they just don't care what these fucking dumbasses are doing anymore.
No, I don't think so, because it appeals to young people, and young people are traditionally dumb.
Okay, so there's always
or at least gullible. At least
so we're
gullible.
watching this
at
and
least
be like,
gullible.
okay, these fucking dumbasses. This is mind numbing television. I'm rotting my brain. But if you're like an 11-year-old, you're like, this is my fucking shit, bro. This is so fucking cool.
Yeah, well, because I mean, I think that's the reason that the influencer thing took such a turn. Because when it was just like people taking pictures of themselves, it was kind of like, yeah, whatever. But when you start doing like YouTube videos, it's just about your life, and then people get really invested. It's like anything else, you know. People are just like, regardless if it's stupid or not, if you're giving them enough of your life, they're going to be invested in what you're doing if they like you.
Podcast blew up after I started vlogging, so it makes sense.
That's a good point. Yeah, I haven't caught any of the vlogs, but I should check them out. I saw that ring light, but I thought that was just for sponsored content.
It is. It's a multifaceted tool.
Okay. I'm glad that for $30 on Amazon you can be an influencer as well.
$30? No. This shit was fucking $6.99, bro.
Oh, you got the good one. Good to know.
I got the good ring light. I wanted to talk to you about your favorite rapper Drake, about his condom situation.
Oh, the hot sauce.
Is this a move that you had heard of before? I guess our listeners probably know, but Drake, he allegedly laid down with a fine woman, some type of explore page hoe. I don't know what it was, but
I'll tell you what she was. She was a BBW for sure.
You could be right, Chris.
Yeah.
And apparently he was very concerned with consent, double, triple checking. You know, are you sure it's okay type of thing, because he has to really.
She probably signed a digital consent form.
Chubbs pulled out the iPad Pro.
Chubbs is just sitting over in the chair in the corner and pulls out the iPad Pro. Hey, yo, shorty, sign this real quick.
Some chick with a fat ass, and Chubbs, she's like, do I need to put my whole social? And Chubbs is like, no, just swipe that. Just need the initial. It's totally all good.
Initial every page, and don't try to keep the Apple Smart Pen, because I know I only got one. That's new because I lost the last one.
Without my stylus, I'm nothing.
Don't take the stylus. So Chubbs has her sign a form, but you're realizing,
and all that lives in the cloud. Okay, huh?
You can't.
Don't come for me. Don't come for me trying to unplug the iPad thinking that's gonna erase it. This shit's all in the cloud, bitch.
The thought of Chubbs organizing his 1 terabyte Apple storage of Drake's NDAs from an iPad in the corner while Drake is just smashing a BBW is so sick.
He's asking Drake if he can upgrade to 5 terabytes, and then Drake is like, he makes him like write an essay why he thinks he needs 5 terabytes instead of 1.
I mean, look, bro. You can make a case, and I'll look at it, but like, I can't just say, "Oh,
in the real world, Chubbs,
I can't."
This is like a business meeting. So if you can pitch me on it and tell me why we need to upgrade from 1 terabyte to 5, I'll look at it. But until then, no.
Give me Chubbs, give me the elevator pitch on why I should let you upgrade.
I don't care if you have my Amex memorized, Chubbs. I'll know.
Yeah, we don't. The accountants are serious over here. But you do realize that the way this all went down is that this is with a used condom.
Yes. He wasn't doing like a sneaky peekaboo.
Okay, because I think there was.
I'm about to hit you with the Cholula dick. It wasn't like that. This was an effort to eradicate the life of his young Jewish sperm.
I had to give you that.
I think he must have learned this from someone. He definitely learned this from rapper Future, right?
Yeah, this seems like an old wives' tale that rappers are like, oh, okay, because I guess they always have hot sauce on them. I mean, like, what do you you get to a hotel and you call room service and you ask for 10 mini Tabascos to be brought up immediately? Like,
they're called Tabascats.
Yeah, like, or maybe Drake prefers Frank's Red Hot or something more artisanal. I don't know.
I think he does a Dave's hot chicken sauce. It's a proprietary blend of habaneros and ghost peppers.
I see.
That's the only, I know that Drake's an investor in Dave's, and I think it's for this reason.
Oh,
he has so much sperm to kill.
I see.
And their ghost pepper blend, I mean, it's like raid to roaches. The sperms come in, they check in, but they don't check out.
It's Hotel California for Drake's sperm.
Drake's in the hotel. he's putting in work from the bike and the side, and then he says, I gotta go.
Not the bike.
A respectable 20 minutes. No, he's a busy guy. He's got a lot going on in the mental. We'll take that as a dub. He says, I must retire to the master bath to dispose of this condom, and then, he's responsible, sustainable. We're not going to flush it down the toilet. That's a mess. So he pops it. Before he ties it into a knot, he then pours in a couple shakes of 5-alarm ghost pepper. And then the sperms are like, no.
Yeah, they're dying.
The sperms are dying before our eyes. Get PETA on the horn. And then he ties it like a little water balloon, throws it into the little waste basket.
Yeah.
And then 4 minutes later, Shorty is in the bathroom screaming in pain because she's got a pussy full of ghost pepper. And Drake's like, got you, bitch. Side note, do I now have to take it to the hospital or something,
Well, Chubbs would do that. I mean, he didn't have to do all that.
Drake's like, we got another one.
I mean, I only believe this is true because of he posted a like a photo of himself with like, enjoy your 15 minutes. I'll enjoy the 23 hours and 45, like real Drake shit. Like,
so what does that have to do with pouring hot sauce on his cum?
I think he's saying that this chick is trying to get her 15 minutes for blowing up his spot, but he says, I'm drizzy, I'm unbothered, sweetie. Mm-hmm. I'm booked and busy. I don't care.
He says, unhand me, you wench.
I believe it's all true. It's more fun that way. And it doesn't seem that, even though it's ridiculous when we're talking about it, it doesn't seem that ridiculous. The actual, like how it would actually happen, I could see that happening.
And also, even if it was an unplanned move, like if he had that epiphany at that very moment, and he's rummaging around his Prada dop kit in the bathroom, and he's like, "Do I have anything? Hey Siri, what do I have in my bag that could kill my sperm?" And then Siri's like, "Hello, Aubrey. You can use Tapatio."
I don't think.
And then he's like, "All right, bet, Siri," and then sperm dead.
It's such a crazy story, but I really do feel like this is something that this is like game that an OG passed down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And maybe he'd never done it before, but it came to him in this moment. And then he picked the wrong one.
A rite of passage.
It could be a rite of passage. This is his OG. This is Jay Prince telling him he's got to do this. This is worse. This is cooler than the Larry Hoover concert, though. So I guess as far as Jay Prince goes, this is a win.
So they say when you bed a person who's having a menstruation, that's your Red Wings, right? Mm-hmm. Not to be crass or crude. So what would your badge of honor for this feat be? I
don't know. I haven't had time to ideate on the catchy name to go with this because it's just it's so twisted. And I mean, do you think people believe it?
They want to believe it.
Sure, that's true. Well, people we know want to believe it. I wonder if the fans want to believe it.
Yeah, I think because they want Drake to be a consent king.
That's true. That's true.
I think that makes a lot of sense. He probably has a consent kink at this point.
I mean, he's already gotten one chick pregnant that he shouldn't have. So I think he probably. I feel like after he got that chick pregnant, even though he's a wonderful father, Jay Prince took him aside. His OG took him aside. I was like, all right, bro, because that you remember when that happened, people act like that was going to ruin his career. Mm-hmm. It was like a big deal, and Pusha T did this and that, and it's like obviously none of that matters, and everything's fine. The kid's cute and plays basketball.
Right. Every other rapper's like, great, I have 11 kids.
Yeah. At the time, it was just a strange. It kind of just. It just was a little bit unexpected from him, even though this motherfucker's wiling out. And for some reason, it hit different. When it's drizzy.
It was a rare moment of humanity.
Well, that's true. I mean, he's such a surgeon with it, lyrically and probably in the bedroom.
Do not say Drake is surgical in the bedroom.
Sorry, bro.
The only thing that Drake is surgical about in the bedroom is the level of cleanliness and disinfecting that he's doing. He probably travels with his special wipes and shit.
I mean, you sound like every person getting on an airplane. It doesn't sound that bad to me.
Do you think Drake showers before and after sex?
100%. Drake showers 5 times a day. Drake showers more than me.
Think of the skin dryness.
That's some of us like that.
Not this recurring theme coming up again.
Well, maybe not in the African American community. I don't think it's quite as embraced as it is in us whites. We don't wash our legs. We don't use.
I did not have Chris wanting to be ashy in my 2020 bingo card. I'll tell you that much.
But I do want to talk about quickly how people wipe down the airplane seat.
Okay,
that's stupid.
So when you get on the plane, they hand you the disinfecting wipe, and then they got 1 square inch of anti-backed. And they really stretch that out. They do the top to bottom. They do the tray fold out. They do the TV. They do the hand rest, the arm rest next to you, cleaning the window. At that point, we're shooting blanks.
I refuse to accept. I don't even accept the wipe because I'm like, I'm not going to play into this stupidity because there is no way that does anything.
Back in my day, we didn't get no wipe.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a placebo, and I'll take it.
No. When I was flying AirTran, all you got was a ginger ale if you're lucky.
Ooh, ginger ale's good. Low key, it's good.
There's no way that does anything. And the amount of people that, I mean, it's chilled out now, but there was one point where it was like everybody on the plane was like wiping. And the most twisted thing I've seen is somebody wipe their hands with one of those. That is not for your hand.
You could use it on your hands. I've used it on my hands.
You're a freak. I don't think that's a real thing.
Well, I don't want to use it on my hands after I've already been wiping everything else.
No, of course. But I
mean, with me, it's not of course. I'm liable to fuck around and do some nasty shit like that.
I just think it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
I mean, I think to me the biggest offense or the worst part about it is more like, hey, welcome to our airline. You just spent, $900 on this plane ticket to go to Denver, and lastly, wipe your own damn seat. Clean your own damn plane.
Well, I think they know that they can clean, as much as possible. But then there's people that want a little extra clean, people like you, it sounds like.
But they don't clean. They don't do jack shit in there, obviously. Like every time I get into an airplane, I don't care if it's Delta or Spirit, it's not clean. It's like pretty dirty. There's still like fucking Cheerios and shit on the floor, and
of course
apple juice stained on the bullshit.
They can only do so much with a quick turnaround, obviously.
That's not my problem. That's not my fault.
You're right. It's not your fault, and I appreciate you.
You know how much it costs to buy a plane? It's not that much money. Just buy another one.
Oh, I see. You're saying they should just buy a new plane. I see what you're saying. Kind of a one and done?
No, just more planes.
Oh.
No, just buy more planes.
I thought you were talking about...
So the turnaround's a little faster.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. These airlines who are suffering immensely at the hands of the novel coronavirus.
I also hate doing the wipe down, but I had to start doing it performatively, so I wasn't the only one on the plane not cleaning.
That's the difference between you and I. I stand loud and proud as like, this is stupid.
You're not an anti-vaxxer. You're an anti-wiper?
I'm an anti-wiper. That's true. What do you think about this Djokovic shit? I'm bored by it.
Yeah, I'm pretty bored. So I think this morning, they announced that he was finally being deported back to Europe from Australia.
He's going to Dubai. They're sending him to Dubai first. I don't know why.
Flying out of Melbourne, It's hard to go direct to Serbia.
No, that's a good point. There's probably not a lot of
and
directs.
I don't even know if they have airports in Serbia.
I mean, don't you think you would fly? I guess you don't.
No
that's a crazy private flight, but like I would assume. I don't know.
I would be way too scared to take a smaller airplane, from fucking Russia to Australia. I need a big boy. I need a 747.
It's just wild
57
to me how like the Australians have such a boner for this. Like, they're like, yeah, we did it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you fucking dorks. Like, he's an idiot and he got caught being an idiot, but it's not like you didn't do anything. Your country is not better for doing this. You're just, you know what I mean? It's like they were trying to let his ass in. He fucked it up. They kept trying to let him. They gave him an exception. They did all this shit. And then he was so flagrant with it, they had no choice but to kick him out. It's not like your country was trying to do the right thing. I
think Australia has always sort of hated Djokovic for a long time for whatever reason. Like whenever they went down there, everyone sort of hates him, but especially down there, just because those cunts will be cunts down there. But I think people just really love it when somebody who's really arrogant and successful and really sure of themselves gets denied.
No, of course.
Like someone who like tries, this is just justice porn. And I think that Australia, they've been kind of segregated down there. They've literally been like truly quarantined on a remote giant continental island.
Oh yeah, on a beautiful
and they're
place
just like,
with
we
perfect
can't do
weather.
Shit.
I don't feel bad for these people. I don't.
No,
feel
they
bad.
do have great weather, and right now it's their summer, and here it's winter. Wrap your head around that, Chris. I know. I'll pause, but I think they're just kind of like, we've been sitting here, and like the world kind of forgot about them, and they're like, hey guys, what about us? We're just over here doing our thing, and everyone's like, yeah, whatever, Australia. And they were very good about the COVID stuff and about the quarantining and the head immunity and all that shit. So I think they have a lot of pride in following rules.
Sure.
And having the rules work.
No, they died. No, of course they do. They're fucking losers. No, of course. They love rule following. But I just mean it's just like, I guess my point is your country was not trying to do the right thing. He fucked himself so bad they had no choice but to kick him out. Is what I'm trying to say. So you know what I mean? Like this is his fault completely. Like they gave him a fake exemption from this whole thing because they wanted him in and they wanted him to play so bad. So you can't really dance on the grave if it's like it's his fault. It's not your.
It was his match to lose.
Exactly.
Basically, all he had to do was just like not fuck up royally, and he's the number one player in tennis. He won the Australian Open last year. He's here to defend the title. There's a lot of money on so of course they want to find. They're like, it's yours. Just don't fuck up. And he's like, I'm going to fuck up.
I don't know if the world knows this. It's not really a secret, but when you're rich and famous, you get special treatment. And that's kind of how things work. And I know that's
but
so
Australians
unfair.
hate that.
I know that's so unfair and it's so fucked, but that's the whole point. That's why we all want to be rich so bad, so we don't get told no. That's a big appeal of being rich. That's a big appeal of being famous, is you can do whatever you want with a few consequences. Whether it's fair or not fair, I mean, it's definitely not fair, but that's where we're at. So it's like, to think at any point that this guy was not going to get into Australia, it was his to lose, like you said. Like the thought of him, he could have double talked his way into the country and won the tournament, but instead he fucked it up, man. He was like posting photos like, hey, I'm going down. Like before he got in and was successful. Yeah.
He jinxed himself. He like
100%.
And like Nadal, he waited until he was, until his Nikes were on the court to take a picture and post it like, yo, I'm here. I'm literally on the court. I'm going to play tennis. This is real. And then Djokovic's posting selfies before he even leaves the country.
I mean, the thing is that he's an unlikable prick, and that's a big part of this is I think if it was anyone else, there wouldn't be this sort of celebration like you're saying.
Every money making operation needs a foil.
No, it's true, and I'm that's my life. It's
like the Undertaker.
That's my life, the Undertaker and Djokovic. And that's
you're my foil. You're the Undertaker, and I'm Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
All these Australians, man, it's just they're killing. Them just like patting themselves on the back is just so funny to me.
Okay, well, what's worse than that? Is it that? There's two other things that are really up my ass.
Okay.
Number one, Wordle.
Okay.
And number two, the return of Coachella lineup memes.
Oh, those are both bad. I was gonna say Jeff Goldblum walking in the Prada show. But I can't. Don't make me choose my favorite child.
Well, I don't think you hate Jeff Goldblum walking the Prada show. I think you hate everybody acting like this was like landing on the moon.
No, I hate Jeff Goldblum. I hate Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, you hate him?
Yeah, he's corny. It's basically like you can't. This is what happens. Some old actor that we all like gets a stylist and starts wearing like the Prada banana shirt and like Bottega, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, it's happening with Steve Harvey. It's like he hired a stylist and now he's wearing Bottega, guys. We can't, like, how dumb are we? Like, it's not that exciting. It's not that exciting to see that.
It's not that exciting to see it, that's all it takes is one person to do one little thing like, hey, you get paid $20,000 a year, you drive to the Prada outlet over by Palm Springs, you buy a bunch of, puffer jackets that nobody buys outside of China, and suddenly you're like, oh my god, I'm standing this fucking fashion legend.
It's just crazy. It's like so.
And Steve Harvey has always been dressing.
Steve Harvey, it's all so corny. It's like I just don't get it. Like Jeff Goldblum is the worst.
Are you personally offended because like this is your life as a men's?
No.
As a male sartorialist?
No, it's just like he doesn't dress cool. he wears like 2 small leather jackets. It's just like, but he was in Jurassic Park, so we think that's cool. There's no correlation between those two things, is all I'm saying. Like, it's just, I understand why the fashion houses do it, of course, because it's like a press thing. It makes total sense. Like, there's no reason not to do it. It's just like the excitement over stuff like this is so crazy. It's like, guys, yeah. I can't get excited about it. Getting excited about that is pathetic. But getting excited about Wordle, I don't even know what Wordle is, to be honest. Like, I haven't looked into it. I mean, I know it's a game and it comes out once a day. It
appears to be like an app or a game, and then it makes people so excited that you could be like a 47-year-old, an adult with children and a job, and then you post how you're doing good at the game on your public social media with like the little black squares. If you got games on your phone, I don't, no shame, but like, I don't understand the need to post about it on social media so everyone can see that you, a person who's, closer to your death age than your birth age, is, excited to play the game.
This is where we're at, man. This is where we're at. I mean, the Coachella thing is like, somebody sent me one. I'm like, are you kidding?
It makes Bored Ape look like reading like Russian poetry or something.
Yeah, and the fact that I have to go this year because of Harry makes it even worse. It's not even like I don't. It's they're never gonna be. Has this happened every year since the inception?
The Coachella lineups?
The meme of the lineup. No, I know there's always been artists that play.
I think Coachella started like 98 or something like that. Like forever ago. So
that's true. That's true.
I think the memification is probably started like 10 years ago when people thought it'd be really funny to post different words on the lineup.
Has there ever been a good one? I don't think there has.
I'm sure there's been like 1 or 2 good ones. Like, I think this year they finally kind of started to slow down. Like the bell curve is on the way down, because like the last 2 or 3 years it was going crazy. Like every single day, there'd be 100 new ones where they were all really bad. The only one I remember seeing now was it just listed, instead of all the names, it just listed what talent agency represented them.
That's not funny. Like, why?
But I think it was
like what compels someone to make that? Like, what is it supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be informational? Like, what is your goal? They're all supposed to be funny. I imagine that's the end goal of any sort of meme.
I think this one was less of a LOL and more of like a raising social awareness type of thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I mean, the worst ones are like where it's just random shit like, okay, Joe Biden and then the Ghost of Christmas Past and Woody Allen and Tom Brady and then Clay Aiken.
Oh,
those
God.
are like for sure the worst.
Oh.
Keyboard Cat is going to be playing on Sunday. What if like Nickelback was headlining? That'd be fucking L.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's so funny.
But there was one, the most recent one, I forgot what lineup it was or what agency it was. It was like all the big ones, CAA, UTA, whatever. But there's one where it's just a guy's last name. I forgot what it was called.
Because he's a high power agent.
Oh, Wasserman.
Oh, yeah.
And like Wasserman,
I'm familiar.
Apparently, there's like a lot of people who don't like Wasserman.
Of course.
Yeah, he was like investing a bunch of money in buying weapons for the LAPD or something like that. He was involved with Epstein, like all kinds of crazy shit.
But who does he represent? Eilish?
Yeah, he represents Eilish and a bunch of people.
Yeah,
like he probably has as many artists on Coachella lineup as CAA or William Morris or any of or UTA.
See, guys, that's because like, once again, life ain't fair.
But it's yeah.
You make people enough money, nothing's gonna happen. Like, you make people enough money, you can still book Billie Eilish's fucking tour.
I know. I think that Billie is enough of a social justice warrior to maybe switch teams or something like that. I don't think our boy Phineas is gonna let this slide because there's like all this drama. He's like wound up in like the LA Olympic committee and like moving money around, and he's sort of like so powerful that he's involved in like political decisions being made in
Yeah, of
LA and
course.
California.
Yeah, he's that rich.
And he was
Yeah,
on,
he's that rich.
you know, he was on the Little St. James.
Yeah,
and
something's going on. He's a
all this
rich
shit.
guy with no consequences.
Rich guy, no consequences.
Billy's probably so. I mean, I wonder how detached from reality she is. Like, I wonder if she even I wonder if she's involved in calls like that with guys like this, or if it's strictly like the management. And she meets him once backstage at a show.
I think it's just her parents that handle all that stuff, and I think Billy's parents seem to be pretty woke.
You know, I think Billy's parents seem like freaks, is what I think. Fucking weirdos.
They're all freaks. But I'm cool with Billy now.
Are you?
Yeah, I think she's got a good head on her shoulders.
I wouldn't disagree with that. After the SNL thing where she really sang her ass off, and then some of the skits were good, I was pretty impressed as well.
I mean, it was Chris Black level improv.
I mean, look, let's not.
I don't whatever it is, you and her have it.
Well, look for Billy and I's new skit to drop, very soon on How Long Gone YouTube. We'll be putting out some content over there with me and my celebrity friends, just doing some jokes.
If you thought How Long was good off the dome, wait until the writers' room kicks in. Wait until the toxic writers' room kicks in, where I can really make my locker room jokes.
Our toxic writers' room is going to be no phones, no snacks. It's going to be it's just going to be water and jokes that shouldn't make it to air.
What drugs?
Whatever you want. Whatever you guys want, man. I mean, do you think there's a lot of drugs being done in Hollywood writers' rooms, or do you think they have to hide it because it's like corporate?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I think back in the day, it used to be very cool. Do a little bumpski.
You're not doing a bump after 2 martinis at lunch. You're taking edible in your Prius before you walk in.
There aren't even any writers' rooms anymore, thanks to COVID and cancel culture.
Well, that's true. It's all on Zoom. Yeah, it's true. Well, that's why TV's so bad. Have you ever thought about that? Interesting.
Now that all of our 52-year-old male cis white showrunners are out of control.
I love that the whole world knows what a showrunner is. That's such a industry term that is now you read it every day somewhere.
Yeah.
And it made it into the lexicon, and it's just it's so odd to me that it's a pretty descriptive word. It seems very obvious what it is.
It's always a word that it's a word that's always bugged me, because its word and its definition is so painfully literal that it seems incorrect. So much to the point that when I was coming up in the Hollywood game, when I first got my SAG card, or early 20s, I would hear showrunner. And I was like, I know what a show is. It's like a TV show. And I know what a runner is. A runner is typically kind of the lowest rung on any production.
Oh,
You've been on photo shoots and video shoots all the time. The runner is the person's like, oh, we got to get more toilet paper in Tom Cruise's trailer. Or, Chris needs another Harmless Harvest. Just send a runner. Mm. Oh, I didn't get avocado on my salad at Sweetgreen. Send a runner. So then when I heard that the runner of a show is quite literally the person who runs the show, then I'm like, oh, like a 5-year-old named this most important job title on a television program.
It is very. I'm sure there's a rich history of that terminology, and we'll have to unpack that next time.
That speaks to how elementary the show business is, where if you run a country, you're a president, you run a business, you're a CEO, you're a head coach, you're an executive, but if you're in charge of Seinfeld that makes more money than the country itself, then I run the show. I'm a showrunner.
It's so
we need a new name for it.
It's so stupid that it's brilliant. Is kind of where I'm going with this, but I understand your disdain for the term. It's not the best term. I would agree with you.
When you have a galaxy brain and then you are asked to listen to a pea brain, it should be easy. But it's so out of your orbit that it kind of gives me vertigo. I don't know if you've ever been up in space, but it kind of smells like burnt toast, and it's very disorienting because there's no real up or down east or west.
I didn't know you were suffering from this. I wish you would have told me.
Yeah, space is infinite, and how do I deal with that?
Yeah, no. God damn it.
All right, Chris.
Oh, you're an idiot. Oh, God. All right. Well, how long gone, baby? We did it. Sunday. It's Monday for you. More big pods coming this week. We're just in our bag, podding in the depths of winter.
Yeah. All we have to do now is just make podcasts.
It's pretty sick, huh?
It's a simple plan that we've set up. Now it's time to execute.
Thanks to our friends at BetterHelp for allowing us to get there. You know what I mean? It's between all of our sponsors, they're the ones that have kind of gotten me in the best shape to podcast. So I just want to thank them directly.
Thanks, guys. And thanks to Pickle Rick, who hooked me up just yesterday.
How you feeling?
I'm still walking around like I fucking put hot sauce up my pussy. Thanks to Rick.
TJ's bow-legged like that chick Kodak was banging at the game.
I got you know when you see somebody who like broke their ankle at the airport and they have the one knee like scooter
roller
thing, the little roller.
Yeah.
That's how I'm getting around the house today after what Rick had did to me.
How long were you in our man's clutches?
We did over 2 hours. We did like 2.5.
Yeah, he hit me with 2.5 last time. I got to get back, bro. So do you feel is it just soreness in the knee, or did you go? Was it
all over? Oh no, my knee feels like way better. Super improvement on the knee, but I have pain in other places, like the little spot where your shoulder meets your chest, that little chasm.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that because I actually work out my chest, so I don't know what yours is. Why is yours sore? Typing?
No, because of Rick. He put his fat little strong thumb into there.
He put his foot in it.
Yeah, he put his foot in, and so I'm like slightly bruised and discolored from what this man had did to me.
Damn, I know you've been bruised and discolored by a man before, but we'll get that on the next episode. How long?
That's on the Patreon.
Howlonggone.com every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We will see you later.
Bye.
Tells you wanna fuck with a player. She can see the difference and she know they square. I be in the cut like state, I'm real. Different side of the country up in the air. Jay got some new shit fucking up the pair. They don't know what to say, so they just stare. Shawty looking like this, you want me to beat it up? I'ma try to find out if she freaking up. I'ma get up in the mind, see if it's deep enough. I'm something different, baby, hope that you keeping up. Want me to slow it down, want me to speed it up. Having more flavors than flame. Be this way since the birth to the grave. This shit I'm smoking, this on purple is crazy. Getting dirty and put in work, I earn what I'm making. You know what I'm saying? Go cool on the beat, so you know what I'm saying. I go with the flow, yet I stick with the plan. There's so many sticks, cause there's so many bands. Yeah, they can stay sleepy. I'ma go left to the bank, nigga. They talking shit, but they do not want beef with me. Is it because that little bitch is a freak of me? Bankroll, having that shit. Got it bad, having that shit. Big blind, having that shit. Pop tag, having that shit. My own way, having that shit. Plays on my line, having that shit. Got plenty down, having that shit. Everything mine, having that shit. You know what I'm saying? Having that shit, getting that shit, stacking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Doubling that shit, flipping that shit.